All right, let's get into this. We got stuff to cut through. Welcome back, everyone. So, on that note, last we left off, you had met an individual through the Ironwoods that was willing to help you and volunteer for tracking down this onyx tree, which was particularly more unique than other materials, and grab that as it was a request regarding something Sarah had given you to help in the swearing of nobles to vote for the Firebeards. I almost said Firebrands.
That's us.
Too close. Vote from us to vote for them. It's like,
hey, it works. Reciprocal.
Politics.
You scratch my back? Yeah.
But when it hits too close to home. As such, she mentioned that you guys need to prepare to go deeper into the forest than what they normally go. And her name was... Let me pull it up here.
Nav.
Yeah, Nav for short. Naviara. Naviara. Yinzana. But Naviara goes by Nav. Kind of a joke about her being a very good scout and navigating the forest. She's originally from Ice Blossom, an elven settlement or town not too far from here. One of the closest towns between the Elven Nation and the Dwarven Nation, of the border being separated by this crystal forest known as the Dead Man's Forest. And from there, she bid you adieu. You went back to the temple, gave them their supply of pink orchid that was taken care of that way. Nav said that she would be able to assist you with alleviating your injuries and make the solutions for you while you're on your journey with her. And you were thinking about, I believe, potentially talking to someone else in the town? I actually forget. I can't remember if you guys were planning to leave that same day or if you were in the middle of discussing whether or not you would go.
I think we decided we were going to leave the following morning.
Yeah. Was there somebody that you wished to talk to before then?
There was someplace we were going when I conked out.
If everyone else is heading back to the Mountain's Shadow Inn, Jasper will swing by the Temple of the Treefather on the way back.
Okay.
And if you guys want to come, of course you're more than welcome. But
I'm gonna go to the store and just get supplies. Okay. Do you guys want anything? I can just get that for you, so we can.
Good thought there.
Make good time.
Standard equipment in Yord's Garden is because they have an adventuring presence is the normal rate. Okay. In the PHP.
I've got 4 days of rations, Dakren. I don't know how long we think we'll be out there, but I've got 4 days of rations right now, so I could probably use for some more. I suppose we didn't get an exact number. Nav may not know an exact number of days that we'll be out, but
I'm hoping maybe we can forage for food too, maybe hunt or something. But it's always good to have rations in case that doesn't work.
I think so. I'm actually a bit concerned.
Okay, I'll get a couple more rations. I've got plenty of rope, tinderbox.
Yeah, I've got the standard.
Got some bedroll. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just get like a tent or something.
Do you want to grab just 4 your sized kind of sheets, just a thin sheet.
Like a blanket?
No, very thin.
I've been working
Very
on
thin. I was thinking I'd make a, and he kind of flips out and shows you guys his ghillie cloak. You know, that he's this cut up, ratted up piece of cloak kind of thing that he's got. One side's a dark green, the other side's a very light brown. He's just like, I just thought I'd make you guys one of these. You know, stealth is sort of going to be the name of the game out there, from what Nav was saying. So I thought I'd work on one of these for each of you tonight.
Okay. So you need 4 sheets.
I've got one for myself actually, so just 3 for the rest of you.
Can I donate money for materials?
I don't imagine they'd cost much. But...
Sure. It probably. I'll just add it up and tell you what it costs after, but I don't imagine it'll cost that much.
Yeah, mostly what I do is I just cut a bunch of slits into them and kind of bunch it up so they end up making sort of tatters, and then get them really dirty and call it a day. So,
is there a magic artificer here?
Probably.
I don't know.
I would like to go talk to him, or even go to the Elven Quarter.
There are quite a few adventurers here, so it's possible.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
I'm going to ask around.
Okay.
What
are you asking around?
Okay, so you'll look for that, and I'll find the supplies. Anything else before I go to the store that you guys want?
I'd say just rations and that. Other than that.
Yeah.
All right, rations.
I want to
I'll get a couple tents because it's getting cold out now that it's winter. Other than that, I think we're probably good.
All right. So that we'll plan on splitting up and then meet back at the mountain's shadow then?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good to me. And we'll sleep there tonight.
Is there like a big trading area or bazaar? Anything like that?
Yeah, technically there's a marketplace. It's more of a trading kit. Otherwise, there's a marketplace that's in the Court's Quarter, which is, general goods. That's actually where Dakren would be going to grab the adventuring gear, most rations, food supplies, or stuff like that. There's also more of a trinket-like area for the visitors and people that come to Yord's Garden for the vacation aspect of things. That's closer to the Yord's Quarter, which is the area where the town hall is. It's where you guys saw that giant fountain and that people set up stalls around there to try and sell trinkets to people. It's usually paltry things like, oh, look at this ring or this necklace. It will be great on your lovely whatever.
I'm going to go find a spot and throw down my cloak and open my harp and play. And I'm going to try to meet people to find out information and to entertain myself.
Sure. Make a performance check to see if you draw people's attention.
That's that'll add up to assuming that it.
Sorry,
16 plus 8.
No, go ahead.
16 plus 8, 24 for you for the performance. Okay, just a moment. How much gold did that cost, Austin?
Assuming that sheets are available and they cost as much as a blanket, are they?
Yeah, I imagine since he's saying really thin sheets, you might be able to get 2 to the price of 1 blanket.
Oh, okay.
Whereas it doesn't sound like you're planning on using them as blankets. So I'm thinking a thinner cloth at that point.
All right, so blankets are 5 silver pieces. And so if that's 2 for 1, then that's 5, 6, 7 silver pieces instead of 7 silver pieces instead of 15.
Okay.
I have
as for
multiple reasons for what I'm wanting to do. And what that is I have a harp, or they call it a lyre, of illusions. And I want to explore just what I can do with it.
Okay.
So I'm going to put on a show combining with my tattoos.
Okay. All right. Your performance is going really well, and you're drawing attention.
I can do with it, but
what's the intent of what you want to hear? Do you want to hear rumors? Do you want to hear some specific lore information? What do you want to hear? What's your intent here?
Well, first off, I want to find out everything I can about that forest. And there's somebody, if you entertain them, there's always somebody willing to talk. And I'm trying to, on a friendly level, to milk them for information about where we're going. And I'm always open for lore. If we can hear even the big ridiculous stories have a certain grain of truth to them.
So with the 24 performance, how do you just spend the rest of your evening doing this then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drinking.
Roll a d6 for me. Actually, I'll have
if
you.
Somebody will go get me alcohol. I will play them their own song.
So, Dustin, that's 4.5 gold.
4.5 gold. Okay. So just take that
15,
off
for 2 tents, 3 sheets,
23.
and some rations. 3 rations.
3 rations.
I rolled 23.
Yeah.
For that
I've got
last
a
roll.
lot, so I just bought 3 to round out our supply. So
23 for that last roll. Just roll a d6. I just need to know
D6.
1 out of 6 which of these that I'm going to read to you.
5.
Okay. So you hear this one rumor. From the adventures, they talk about it. Supposedly, and you've heard the rumor previously that there's something that dwells in the forest, deep in the forest, that's dangerous and tends to avoid that, hunts and gathers things. Here's the next bit that you hear. Supposedly that there's a rumor going around that the constructs are the result of some magical calamity. As you go further in, you start encountering the dead souls and the angry spirits and mutations of mad scientists caused from that calamity. Further beyond that, you should go past the veil, entering into an area that people call the ruined city. Supposedly that ruined city is the city of death, but it glitters in gold. And should you be willing to deal with the difficulties there, you could come back rich, but more than likely you won't come back.
Sweet. And alcohol?
So that's the rumor you hear. Talking to some of the adventurers, this is the little bit of information you hear. They know that the creatures there, though they're bestial, they things that were effective against constructs tend to be working better against them. The other thing is, if you step too deep into the forest, when they talk about the difference there, and for the purposes of this, you have learned that you can tell when you're in deep forest because the area is heavily obscured. It's hard to see. You know when you're in light forest when it's lightly obscured from the fog. When you're in the heavily obscured area, constructs are less common, and it's best to be on your toes because the things that dwell in that area know where you are, even if you don't know where they are. And so that's what you hear rumor mill that way. That's all you can get with the 23. That's a lot of information for that, but yeah, that's what you get.
On a personal note, gold and alcohol.
How many of each?
I do got my cup
How
out.
many of each?
Roll a. There's some nobles here that don't know anything about the forest, but we're just enjoying your music. Sure, let's have you roll a d10.
I'm putting on quite a show here now. Oh, 19.
A d10.
That would be a 27.
That's
Roll a
Did I say roll a
d10.
Oh, sorry, I was getting carried away. I've been got that.
Yeah, I was like,
mind.
how'd you get a 19 with a d10?
I thought you told him to
Magic.
make a performance check.
Acting.
That's a real bard right there.
Maybe I did speak wrong. The bard messed
Only
with
a
me.
real bard can roll a 19 on a d10.
What did you get on the d10? Sorry.
I rolled a 10. It was awesome.
Whoa!
Oh, you get
It's
30 gold
compensation.
pieces.
Hey,
How
30.
many?
30 gold
Ooh.
pieces.
I will take those and add them to my treasure.
Well, I mean, if you rolled a 1, you would have only gotten 3 gold pieces, so...
I'd have been as happy. I'm really getting into the performance thing, in case you haven't
As you
guessed.
should.
Right.
As well you should.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasper,
we'll
do you
see how
have
long that
time to
lasts
make
when
a
you
healing
die.
potion?
Not today.
I got to get away
It
across
takes you a
the
whole
strip
day.
somehow.
A full work day.
If you don't have coins on your eyes, you got to play your way.
Okay.
Okay. So, other than that, so that takes care of Hargus. You wanted to go shopping. Let me know if there's something else you want to do. I don't think shopping took you full time, Dakren. You, though, Jasper, wanted to go to the
one
Temple
more
of the
thing.
Treefather.
One more thing real quick. I want to just buy 3 flasks of oil, which is 3 silver. And then, do they have potions of healing?
Yes.
I have
you
my
can,
full potions of healing.
currently in this town, potions of healing are common. Being adventurers, you can usually find about 5 available per week.
Jasper's got 2.
Oh, by the way,
Okay, I'll just buy 1 then,
remember
because I
our
don't have
mugs?
1, so I'll just keep 1. So
Okay.
buy 1 potion of healing for 50 gold pieces, and that should be it.
Strange question for you really quick, because this is something I noticed when I was looking at crafting magical items in the treasure table. It says that the item rarity is 50 to 100 gold for uncommon or common items. Healing potions are uncommon, right? That's why they're 50 gold.
No,
Right.
they're common.
Then they should actually be 25 gold by that ruling.
No, it's 50 to 100, and they're on the high end of cost. So 100 divided by 2 is 50. I don't know. It's just 50. It just says 50 in the adventure.
I remember doing an extensive
year.
searching for this when I took herbalism as my toolkit proficiency, which allows you to craft it for half the gold cost. So I know it cost me 25 gold of raw materials to craft a healing potion.
Yeah, I'll have to link you guys a sage.
So maybe they sell them for cheaper.
Yeah, they changed it again. I was just going off the.
No. The DM determines where on that range that those potions lie.
Okay.
So if the potions are 50 gold, then they're supposed to cost half of that, and then they're 25 gold, which is kind of crazy.
Super common.
I'm along with you guys. I've always treated those healing potions as 50 gold. I just need to.
Well, that's the cost in the player's handbook. So if you want to say here they're cheaper, or whatever, that's
I suppose with the abundance of raw materials coming out of the Mist Forest, material components could be cheaper to produce them. So if that's what you come up with for here, then
actually.
So how much do they cost here in Yord's Garden?
For simplicity and to continue the game, we'll just say they're 50 because that's what I'm used to. It's what everybody's used to. I just thought that was an interesting note that was one of the things I wanted to address before we started. I apologize for breaking immersion for that.
It's interesting.
Don't forget our mugs 3 times a day.
Your tankers have 1d3 charges. You can spend 3 of those charges to get a healing potion out of it.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can spend 2. You can spend 2 charges to change its flavor, if I remember right, or like do a poison or something else.
I think the poison,
which is a basic poison. It works like an alchemy jug, which is a magic item. So if you have questions, you can kind of look at that. But
no, that sounds good.
And I can pull up the notes there again. But you can spend 1 charge to change its type of alcoholic content, or fill the mug with an alcoholic content.
Sounds good to me.
But it's a tanker sobriety anyway, so you don't get drunk from it. Which was much to Hargus's chagrin.
It doesn't keep me from trying.
Doesn't keep me from trying. No. Wow. Anyways, so going from there,
beer.
that's what you wanted to know, Austin. You're at the Treefather's temple, Jasper. What did you
Yeah, so
want
Jasper
to
will
do?
just walk in. He'll go to the seed planting area of the temple there and take out one of his little seeds from the Okos forest that he's from, and plant it and just say a little prayer to the Treefather, just asking for bountiful growth and shade on his journey through the very unnerving, misty forest full of unnatural constructs, and just see if he gets any sort of response from the Treefather on his opinion on that journey through there. Just kind of sit quietly for a minute. But if he doesn't get any response from that, then he'll just finish his prayers and then look for one of the clerics there in the temple.
So, what are you hoping with your intent
Well,
here?
Just
on
looking
that?
for the Treefather's, guidance, wisdom, opinion. Just what's his thought on this, misty forest. From Jasper's point of view, it's been twisting the natural order of things and forcing these creatures into a horrible construct, half gem, half machine sort of thing. So, from Jasper's first blush at it, it seems like an evil sort of unnatural twisting of the forest, something that he should be opposed to. So he's looking for some guidance on that. And then
You get the sense that this is weird. I'm gonna have to make a Pantheon decision here. I don't want to do that.
No, Jasper's like an onion.
Give it to Dakren.
happens, yeah.
Let Austin handle the Pantheon stuff. I don't want to deal
Well,
with
I mean,
it.
what we know of the
Oh,
I'm
joking.
not
Treefather.
just a rosy-cheeked lad eating crickets.
Yeah, what we
No.
know of the Treefather, he loves
no.
wild nature.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. While it's kind of a mixed feeling, is both. It's two natural things that have been blended together, which distorts the nature of it. So in one way, it's not in the way that it originally was, but it's not an abomination.
Yeah,
you could
good to know,
say.
good to know.
So it's mixed feelings on it. So you get a distinct impression that way, because the Treefather doesn't necessarily oppose Yord. But it's like Yord and the Treefather have come together on one thing rather than, and it feels like neither of them own it either. So there's a mixed feeling here of possession, because the Treefather's overall the plant life.
Okay.
And the Yord is overall minerals in the earth. However, neither one feels like they have claim or feel involved with it, but it also isn't like a complete distortion of either their realms.
Okay.
But it's a crossbreeding that doesn't feel like it should exist. In the Treefather's opinion, it doesn't feel natural, but it's not.
He's not so completely opposed to it that it has to be.
He lets it
purged.
sit because it's just a small area, and it does create a unique experience.
Cool. No, that's great.
But at the same time, you don't know. You don't get any distinct impression yet.
That's good to know. After that, Jasper will finish covering the seed that he planted, sprinkle a bit of water on it to get the seed started, and just look for one of the clerics of the temple there. Just kind of look around, dust.
Okay.
Dust.
There is an elven woman, slightly wrinkled, meaning she is quite old as far as elven standards are called. Since that doesn't happen until the much later span of their life. And she seems to have been sitting in the garden, just kind of examining the different plant life, tending to it, caring for it. You see her casting if you can trip like spells or spell effects or something that way, and using like a little bit of dust or maybe it's some kind of fertilizer to try and help out the plant growth.
Yeah.
And she seems to be tending to both the jeweled version of plants as well as the normal version of plants. And she just notices your approach, takes a slight nod to you, and continues her work.
When you have a moment, I just had a favor to ask, if possible.
She nods again, finishes what she's doing, and then kind of brushes off her knees and looks at you. What can I do for you?
So it's been kind of a long road to get here, and things have gotten very complicated. None of that is your concern, I know, but I feel like I'm doing what the Treefather wants me to, and the way things have gone now, we're headed out into this misty forest kind of situation out there. You're familiar, I'm sure. And I'm really terribly concerned and quite worried about things. Just seems very, very dangerous. One of the things I do little inventions and things, and I create things, and he starts like showing diagrams, and I got this book, and some of the things in the book here, you can see these diagram here. It requires certain components here that I don't actually have everything I need for, and I know it's not your business, and I don't have the money to pay for it right now, but if I could have, do you have could I have a loan of maybe of a diamond for this one particular invention here? I think he's showing her the dream diary with all the schematics that are popping up into it that he's been trying to study through. I've built most of it, but it requires this diamond to go here in the center part, and I believe it'll channel this current through it to the other side. And I would be really great, but I can't afford it right now. I'll pay you back. I'm going to be coming back if I live. But
how valuable of a diamond?
I'm not great with this sort of thing, but it seems like 300 gold worth of a diamond should make it. It needs to be about that big, but pure, a good sized quality.
About 20 carats.
And I think we're going out there to gather other things, so I think I could bring back other things maybe to pay you back if you have something like that. So I could.
I apologize, dear one. While the Treefather has blessed us with bountiful things, things regarding the more material worth are typically handled by the actual guilds and otherwise.
Sure.
However, I can tell you that you might be able to find a white rose that has been, though, changed. So she kind of struggles with the word for a moment. Feels like she was going to say something else, maybe, and gestures to some of the plant life around here. She's indicates you may be able to find one that might be worth that amount.
White rose.
While in your travels.
All right. Yeah, the whole.
You may want to talk to like the Ironwoods or something that way if they know if those type exist in the forest, or maybe you could request such material components, though they would charge you for those. I'm sorry, child. I don't have anything as lavish as that amount here at this temple.
I knew it was a bit of a long shot. Is there anything I could keep an eye out for you while I'm out there that I could bring back that would help you out just while I'm out and about? Anything you're looking for in particular?
Make a persuasion.
Bribery on the
bribery. That's just an offer.
Okay, I'm not there. Okay.
Let's see here. Sorry, I always forget what my numbers are. 15. If I could keep my eye open, anything for you that you need here just to fill in your own stocks. I understand going out into the forest is a costly venture, but since we'll be out there already, if you need something, I can just bring it back for you if I see it.
She looks over. You kind of follow her eyes, and you see what looks like maybe a small shrine. maybe a grave? She goes, if you could bring back one of the creatures from the forest back here, a brown sable.
Oh.
Sure, they're changed, but we had one here at the temple that brought much joy to the children and the elderly, and I would like to have someone take his place. And she looks back at the location. You get the sense that maybe it had passed away and they had buried it here.
Maybe I'm mistaken here. I was under the impression that all of the creatures out there were like horribly aggressive. Did I misunderstand that?
There are many dangerous creatures, but there's creatures that have learned to survive like normal. You might see a stag, though its horns might be made of rock.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. No, it's great to know. And white rose, brown sable, and I'll keep an eye out for white roses, and hopefully that'll do the trick. All right, I appreciate that very much.
Though I don't know how you'll harvest the white rose, but you could still potentially try to use it.
I'm hoping that the person we're with might know how to do that sort of thing. We have a guide. Hopefully she'll be able to help with that. So.
It's strange. I know that they do something along the magical lines of remove curse, but...
The white roses?
I don't know. I have never seen anything like that work for me in my experience. Anyways, it was a pleasure. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. Treefather, shade upon you. And he'll turn and walk away. And head back.
Shade upon you?
Treefather's shade upon you. Yeah.
That's high praise.
He's throwing shade.
Not the bad shade.
The Treefather throws shade?
Yeah, it feels good though. It's nice and cool, refreshing.
Okay.
Just so you know, Dustin, I've been writing down little prayers and stuff like this. There's already a couple on Treefather, so I'll add that one in the DM's guide tomorrow. Just so you know.
Can I ask you a question? I was looking for the deities.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see them under the religion or the pantheon. I don't know. I may be overlooking it, but I scrolled all the way through it.
I think we've got religions and the gods. Maybe towards the top.
Either way.
Top.
What was your question with that, Hargus, before I move on?
It's towards the top there.
Oh, Hargus was composing, or actually he was reiterating a song, an old marching song that he was going to close with, and I was just writing it out. So
okay.
I needed God's reference.
Understood. But with that, unless you guys have anything else to do, you guys all make your way back to the Mountain Shadow Inn. You have to pay for your stay. Once again, it is 1 gold piece for the stay, but you'll be refreshed and well taken care of. And when you wake up in the morning, waiting outside, you guys are somewhat sore from your burns starting to act up again. But
wake up with a lot of like gummy stuff in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
that time when you wake up and you can't open your eyes because it's all sealed from, worst.
Did I crash Dakren's or Hargus's room? Did Jasper crash? Whose room did he crash last night? As he was gathering the sheets.
That's a good question. Was Jasper drunk?
No, not drunk. But whose sheets was he gathering? After he gathered the sheets from Dakren and whatever time Hargus came in, whose room did he stay in?
It's up to you, I think, right?
You got 50-50 chance whether I'm there or not.
He'd go with Hargus's room then, because he's bunked with Hargus before, and I think he thinks Dakren prefers a little bit of privacy with his evenings, so he'll.
I'm sure my snoring is comforting.
Whatever time Hargus stumbled back to the room his patrons in the street bought him, he'd see Jasper depending on what time of night, cutting up all the sheets into these like long strips and putting them back together to create a big ratty cloak that he then rubs a bunch of dirt into and color into and leaves into to stain and make this mottled color.
Oh.
And then he's got like a pile of his glitter bomb arrows off to the side that he's crafted, and working on this one more intricate device with metal and spinny bits that he's been working on forever. And whoever came into that room that night, the next morning, they'd see that Jasper had not gone to sleep at all that night and had just worked through the night again. So
that reminds me, Hargus. I said 30 gold earlier. I just looked at my chart again. It's supposed to be 30 silver. I apologize. You are not level. You are not level 11.
Yeah. So I'll make my con save for staying up all night again. I had originally said once before that it started with a DC 5, but it actually starts with a DC 10 to stay up.
10, and then goes up by 5.
So I'll make my con
so
save
you should be
now.
on 15.
No, it's my first night staying up all night. So,
okay.
I just got to check my con save real quick and see what I got to that. Which is...
Well, that's good. I'll just read you my poem. Lay down in the emerald green grasses and greet the sky as your comrades march by. Rest your head and greet the sky as soldiers keep marching by. Pikes to the sky, pikes to the sky. We all march on together.
That's pretty good.
And George.
Pretty good. I dig it. I got a 15 on the die, so...
the veterans will get a 2.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one,
Okay.
Hargus. I want to hear
Nice.
that.
Add that one into
That is
lore.
a valor bard anthem, if ever there
I wanna hear
was
that
one.
chanted, man.
Yeah. For that, take an inspiration.
Nice
The little that just means you can choose to use your inspiration to get advantage on any roll that requires a d20.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Just make sure you declare that you want to use your inspiration before you do the roll.
Well, I don't know how long you can keep them, but I already have one. So
Well,
that would
this
be
is
2.
different than the bardic inspiration. This is the inspiration that the DM can give you.
Yeah. That gives me 2
Save
of them.
it for,
If y'all keeping track
Oh, do you
of
already
them.
have one?
Yes.
Do you want me to give this to one of your compatriots?
Yeah. I would love to.
Which do either of you have an inspiration slot?
He read it to
there you
Jasper,
go.
so maybe Jasper should get it.
I think Jasper
Okay.
should get it, seeing how
I
he
do
stayed
not
up all
have
night.
one.
Okay, that's one of the cool things about the inspiration is even if
Yeah,
I
save
award
it
you,
for an
Yeah, I
epic
love it.
you
moment.
can give it to somebody else.
Awesome. I'll put that down.
And while Jasper's working and I'm keeping him company, maybe half-heartedly helping him some, I'm going to go ahead and tell him all the stuff I learned while I was playing in the bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And then
Like freshman
we
learn.
get back to the morning where we were at.
Yep. Come sit.
You guys wake up. The burns are still bothering you. You step out. You start to step outside, and you hear a soft knock at each of your doors. Different times, but the bartender, Flaskbeard, comes over and tells you, yes, not Flask Braid, Flask Beard.
Different
Remember,
guy,
we had
yeah.
this discussion.
That's his auntie. Yeah, it's
No,
his
no,
auntie.
he's the same
It's
guy.
The braid.
It was his
Yeah.
auntie that was Flask Braid at the Temple of Yord. Flaskbeard goes, "Oi, there's a lady waiting out front in the lobby for you. She said to bring these to your room," and he offers you guys a couple mugs of that solution, that medicine that you had drank before. This time when you take it, though, it has a sweet taste and doesn't taste like a cough syrup, and it feels like it's been prepared correctly.
She's good at this. She's better. I need to learn her techniques, I think.
So, yeah.
Love you, sweetheart. Good night.
So after taking that, you guys are good. You have 2 days left that you need to do. So with that, you guys eventually make it out in the lobby, and out there is Nav waiting for you. And she's just sitting kind of in a high chair stool, legs crossed. Seems that she's kind of rubbing the ring absentmindedly while like staring at a book that's just open on the table.
Passing out a little flapjack that he made to Dakren. He just hands it off to him just as they walk out. And as he's leaving, he kind of gestures over to Hargus, and he says, "Here, I made one without the crickets, and you can do a insight check if you want." Scott.
You're trying make a deception check for me, Jasper, and Hargus can make an insight.
I rolled a 7.
I got a 13 on the die.
I think I got a
13 on the die, so yeah.
You got a 13
total.
on the die? Okay, Hargus, you believe him. He made a non-cricket flapjack for you.
So
You
9.
may not believe him in a moment after taking a bite, but...
I squint at him really close. Look me in the eye and say that while I'm munching on it.
I hope you like it.
While he's munching on look me in the eye and say that.
You should give it a shot. It's really good. And then he'll hand...
Dang, I would have given you inspiration for doing that, for tricking him into having your...
He'll hand the last one to Nav.
That could pass on to me since I...
Yeah, do you want to pass your inspiration on to Dakren?
I sniff it. I chew the first.
Since I'm the one who always eats the crickets, it probably was amusing to me when I'm like, that's definitely a cricket one.
Yeah. No, seriously though, Jasper, you get inspiration. Would you like
absolutely.
To give it to Austin?
Yeah, sure. I'll pass that down. I thought...
Okay, so all of you have inspiration, so a good way to start off the day.
It was a real one.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. If you look at your 5th edition character sheets, they have like a little
I thought you were giving me a joking inspiration. I didn't know it was a real one.
No, I was serious.
And I'll give my last...
Well, I'll go so far as to say, I'll ruffle his hair. Now, why couldn't you have made him without crickets the whole time?
It took me a while to perfect the recipe. You start with what you know, and then you tweak the recipe, right? So, and...
Yeah, you add more crickets. That was the solution.
I just ground them a little bit finer.
Cricket flour.
Is that a 5 hit point bonus to our max hit points, right?
Hargus and Nav, if she deigns to eat it, I'll get a +5 to their maximum.
Nav has already 8 for the day,
she declines?
So she politely declines.
All right, so if she doesn't want it, then Jasper will eat the last one, and he'll take +5 himself. Your max HP for the day.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. This is temporary.
Here are your
this is just 5 more for the day.
Yeah, your maximum hit points go up that much. Jasper, here are those sheets you asked for. Will these do?
I took those from you last night, and as I've taken them from you last night, here are the completed products, which are these tattered cloaks that you guys can throw over. They're...
Well, whose sheets are these then?
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know what...
I'll just stick these under the table then.
So at that point, the Blastbeard comes back and he's like, who left their bedding out here? He grabs that and he's like,
yeah,
don't look like ours.
It's weird.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Whatever. And he like takes it and he goes and sets it under the bar and he's like, I'll take care of that later. Who would come out here and do that?
So like, Jasper just thought that the sheets
might be corporate espionage. Have big books.
Jasper just thought the sheets in his room were left there by Dakren, and he just cut up.
He just like, Dakren just put him on this other bed in the room.
He just sliced up a bunch of the house's sheets and.
He's gonna charge me for that when he finds that.
Odd.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. I love when stuff like that happens.
But he'll pass those out.
And then Hargus, would you mind carrying this tent? I'll carry one, and you can carry the other.
Appreciate that.
Although I got this nifty new spell.
You have a new spell?
Why, yes.
Well, is that going to come into play right now, or is that something for later, or what's the spell?
Got a new spell song, you say? What is it?
Communing with the wisdom of the gods, and I decided to take Lehman's Tiny Hut. I think that's what it is, because I can't find where I wrote it down right now.
Well, why did I buy 2 tents then? These cost 4 gold total.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be right back. I need to make some returns.
For privacy.
While this is going on, you do hear a small chuckle, like a cutesy little chuckle, come from Nav, who's sitting near you. Just.
I'm like, hopefully they'll take them back since I haven't even unwrapped them yet.
Still in the packaging.
I'll be right back. And I just run down the street to the general store.
Jasper's
and see if
like,
I can
they've never been used, because once you take them out of that package, they never go back in. So, I mean, there's no way they could argue that they've been used.
All right, that's the wisdom of the ages there, lad.
Do they take them back, or do they take them for half price?
They take them for half.
Oh, brutal.
So do you want to get rid of them or keep them?
I'll keep one of them and sell the other one for 1 gold.
Okay.
So I come back with one of the tents, and I'm like, I'll probably use this at some point when I'm not with you guys. So whatever. It's a nice tent. I like the patterns on it.
That's a better strategy than admitting to losing your shirt.
So I'll just
roll a D5 for me, or a D6 for me, Dakren.
1.
It's got a floral design.
What did the other one have? I'll roll for the other one.
Okay.
4.
It's like rolling hills.
No dinosaurs? Is there not a dinosaur option?
Okay, well, So did I? Yeah, I'll keep the. Or no, have I not seen it yet? Is it wrapped up and I don't know?
Yes, it's wrapped up.
Okay, so it's floral and I don't know. Got it.
It's floral and you don't know.
Yeah, I thought they were the same, and I just like sold one of them. And okay.
It's so weird that this came into play because I wrote up a really random table of fabric designs.
It's awesome. I really like that.
You mentioned that, and I just looked over at my screen, and I was like, hey.
I got to admit, I never made a random table of fabric designs in any campaign I've come up with. that is a first.
Well, I was thinking of camouflage stuff, like if you cast the spell camouflage or something that way, what you would look like in the area to the others, and they wouldn't suspect it for whatever reason. And I was thinking of, well, what would be funny? And I was like,
that qualifies.
So I started like doing things. I was like, oh, fabric would be kind of fun this way. And then weirdly enough, I have a forest fabric one.
Funny.
Oh, that's great.
It's only 1d6.
All right, floral tent then.
Yeah, one is forest, one is rolling hills, one is moss.
Yeah.
It just looks like moss. The other one is floral design, and then go figure that the one is the floral. Now that doesn't mean it has to be floral like that guy.
It probably does, but
I think it probably does.
Dakren honestly has like very little shame. He probably won't even notice. And I mean, he wears a flower in his.
That's going to serve him well, hanging out with Jasper and Hargus. What if he likes flowers? It's a good quality to have in this group.
Lack of shame is Hargus. We don't need another one. Anyways,
all right. Let's
going on here. So, all right. Are you all ready?
As we walk towards the entrance here, Nav, you've been out there before. What's the frequency of occurrence of white roses?
Is
it likely that
white roses
find one of those as we go?
They they've been thoroughly harvested in the surrounding area. A lot of the noble districts have liked to use them for their displays and stuff that way. It's still possible to find a few.
Can they be used
Why?
as a substitute for diamonds?
Yes.
And
typically it's diamond
and
dust, but
do you know how to? Do you know how to?
That would have came in handy half
Do
a
you know how
continent
to
away.
harvest them as they? If
Well-
you find one, can you harvest one of those?
yes, I could. But depends on how much you need. Are you talking for a spell
No,
component?
it's an
or
invention
something
that
way?
I've come up with here, and he'll pull out this complicated. Well, I mean, from the outside, it doesn't look too terribly bad. It's got two copper prongs coming out the front, and it's got a
She
hand.
kind of
crank.
looks at it
Yeah, it's got a
and
hand
just
crank
like
on the side.
slight raised eyebrow. It's like
It flips
either
it
way, it
open.
looks like something similar to those
That's
wizard
right.
folk.
More of an
So
artificing device, I suppose, if anything. And he'll open it up, and inside there's a slot for a diamond to go into. He's like, as I crank the hand crank here, it should build up an electric charge and channel it through what I'm hoping would be the diamond, and then out the other end. But anyway, I need a component for it, and so if we could keep an eye open for it, that'd be great.
Making a walkie-talkie.
Not, I mean,
she rolled really high on her intelligence. So you need something
Yes.
about 300 gold. I don't know if we'll find a single rose that big,
Alright.
but we could. You'd be better off trying to grind up a lot of
Sure,
small roses together and get the same worth out of it. But I don't know if a dusted form is something that
it's in a
need.
bit of an experimental stage, so my initial thought had been just for a single diamond, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going off some schematics, but they're a little difficult to interpret. So, but yeah,
Right.
Both of them have value. You probably could trade
yeah,
value,
it's
you know.
worth a shot.
Most of the ones I see are probably worth,
It's like
20-ish,
Gotcha.
25 gold. So finding ones that are larger, while they do occur, like I mentioned, most people grind them up into dust.
More difficult. Fair enough.
There's been some attempts to transmute it, but supposedly a transmutation cast on these types of plants tends to cause them to act differently than normal. And I've heard of some weird accidents that way.
Oh, I think there's an important point we overlooked when I was telling
Jasper? Dakren? It's all right.
Sorry, Jasper. When I was trying to telling Jasper about what I learned last night, the exotic creatures in this forest react really. They have how would I put this? Things that would affect constructs. Those weapons also affect the creatures in the forest. The exotic creatures.
I do recall actually there were.
So it's something we should
There
consider.
were, I mean, back in Copenhagen, a lot of the defensive sort of arcane and artifice sort of constructs. There were constructs there that they employed to be the defensive kind of perimeter for Copenhagen. So there are actually, I think I do have one of my more concussive sort of, it's a sort of sound sort of concussive sort of bomb that should actually be effective if they react like constructs do. So I don't know if you've.
So what sort of things affect
and he'll
constructs?
pull out this thin
Wave
metal
weapons.
sphere. It's like this explodes with a very loud kind of concussive explosion, sort of like a thunderous explosion, things like that. And it's really great actually for blowing up
So you
rocks.
know,
It works really good against rocks and other.
Oh, so if they're made of glass or gems
Right,
or whatever,
so
it might
it's a very
shatter
loud
them, huh?
sort of thunderous explosion sort of thing. So
So like a skeleton, impact weapon over a sword,
that sort of
edged
thing. Yeah.
weapon maybe. A blunt
So if you've
weapon
got-
over a sword.
I have a sword technique
Alright,
that can
yeah.
do that too, so we'll give that a
So
try
I
if
don't
we
know if
see
you've
any
got-
constructs. Good
Yeah,
tip,
Yeah, if
Hargus.
you've got a
Thank you,
spell
Tom.
that does sort of kind of loud, thunderous sort of concussive damage, something like that.
Okay.
So that might be helpful.
Well,
Matter of
with
fact,
that, you guys have started to get towards the forest. As you start to enter into it, the fog has gone a little thicker before you even reach like the edge of the forest. And she kind of motions to you guys. It's like, okay, so when we go in here, it's important to keep quiet, not necessarily hidden. After all, things will hear you long before they see you, but if they've seen you, it's already too late.
Jasper hangs his head down, having spent a good portion of his evening making ghillie cloaks for visual stealth kind of things, which in his mind are very effective. All right.
And
I like
she kind of looks at you for a moment when you hang your head down. It's like, I mean, not to worry. We can be pretty quiet. But just so you're aware, I'm told it gets quite cold in here. So I hope that you've prepared for that. The sun doesn't tend to penetrate the forest very deep, and sometimes it can get rather chilly inside.
I wish you would have told us that yesterday. Although my
She
cloak
did.
probably she did.
Yeah, she brought that up.
I've got all my cold weather gear.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I've got a fur cloak.
I've got my cold
so
weather gear from where I'm from. Copenhagen's pretty cold most of the time, so I like to sleep outside a lot.
Hargus is sitting there in just a thong.
I guess it's. I mean, it's winter, so I
Yay.
assume we're all in relatively warm clothes.
I got my long socks on.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you've noticed is that there was plenty of ventures with cold weather gear.
Yeah, we probably all have that because it's winter time
We
anyway,
did spend
right?
quite a bit of time of winter in Morn Blossom. It was also winter, and we slept outside and such. So I think, aside from our little sojourn through the lava river, where we probably shed most of that warm stuff, we.
Yeah, as long as you guys had the warm clothing, as long as you guys have warm clothing on you, should help with this. So
Okay,
Right.
good.
But
I just thought
on
she
that
meant
note-
like cold resistance or something.
Not
and I was
magical.
like,
Not magical.
on that note, you do notice that she is in rather light clothing, like the shorter kind of tan shorts and that of a ranger, somebody that allows fair mobility and everything, and like her midriff's open. She
Don't stare, Dakren.
doesn't have. She has like more traditional elven attire that allows for like ranger movement of full arm and that. So while she's wearing like a light leather or leather armor, for the most part, she has plenty of exposed skin, like around her arms and shoulders and midsection and stuff like that. And as with that, she starts leading you guys inside and starts leading you along the path. And you see she pulls out that odd compass-like device, and she kind of focuses for a second, and you hear like a little chime, little doom. Just for ever so brief of a moment, and it's fairly quiet. You guys are close enough to her that you barely hear it. And you kind of like, you're like, well, that was interesting. And then she pauses for a moment and then goes, okay, we're safe. Let's go that way.
Just
and
for
starts
detail,
heading back deeper in.
I took the time to put on a red gambeson top and bottom underneath my leather armor. So, only reason I didn't put it on is because I thought we were going stealthy.
Jasper belligerently puts his old.
I do
Ghillie
need
cloak over.
all of you to make stealth checks for noise, specifically. And she will do this as well. I also need all of one of you to roll a d10 for me.
One of
So
us or all of us?
7 on.
Just one of you.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'll roll
Really?
it first. D10.
I feel like
First
it's
of all, I got a
time.
7 on stealth, so not great. And an 8 on my D10.
Okay. Noted.
As we pause just temporarily, I'm going to escape the video so I can try and get the sound going on here, because I just noticed that you would put the sound up in technical, so let me see if I can get that going. You didn't
I
put
didn't
sound
do
up?
anything like
Oh,
that.
is that from last week? Oh, that's from last week.
Okay, I
that's
will.
from last
I will
week.
right
From
now,
the
though.
last week.
I will right now, though,
Cool.
because it's
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
throw it
go.
in
So
there.
thanks for reminding me.
I looked earlier and
Okay.
didn't see it, and then I looked again on my phone and thought I'd.
Yeah, now that we're
in
actually in the
let's get it
forest, here
going.
we go.
Let's get some dark forest going. So hold on, let me pull it up before we move along, and then will save me a little bit of time on editing.
The forest is quiet, it's muted, but it's not like you don't hear the occasional sounds of a normal forest that has like birds or animals in it. Sometimes hearing the rustling of leaves and otherwise, but it's different. It's like wind chimes in here. With wind chimes or leaves and branches, there's a mixture of it. Little tinking noises. And you realize it's because some of these trees, now that you're close, the leaves are crystalled, and so when they shake in the wind, they're like a wind chime. And so they make a little noise that way. And so the noise is somewhat covered up, but the wind isn't very strong right now, so there's not a whole lot of noise coming from them. Also, the fog seems to dampen a lot of the noise, but you can still hear each other's footsteps. Minus Novs, whose silent footfalls almost make you wonder if she's walking. Because she rolled really high on
Jasper
that
got a
stuff.
25 on the stealth.
Alright, same thing with Jasper. So Dakren is just kind of...
Ooh, stealth. I better.
I keep stepping on gem flowers, and I'm just like, oh man.
I'm not used to the delicate. What did you roll for your stealth, Hargus?
You're just saying that because of the look on my face, aren't you?
I'll step on another one.
In
I
between
step
the
everywhere.
flowers, Dakren. Don't step on them.
5 altogether.
Oh, no.
5 altogether. Ooh.
Well, even
Okay.
split
Yeah,
of
but
fails and good.
I'm doing very sneaky motions.
Well, okay.
Stop humming, Hargus.
Now, do you
Humming,
want...
stick in your head. Stop it.
So now,
Just be quiet.
Oh, let's stop internal monologue. These
with
people are psychic.
that, who wants to head up the survival
Nov.
check?
Nov does.
So Nov has lowered the... Nov being here and Nov's interaction means that your successful checks are easier.
Jasper feels very confident in his ability to navigate through forests. I can do it, guys. Guys, I could do it. I know forest. You know, I'm really good at forests. Is what I'm saying. I guess I'll do check number 2 then. D10. 9. I'm on it. I got this. All right. We're trying to go deeper in, right? That first one was a natural 1, so I'm going to use that inspiration. It's a natural 1. The worst part is I was thinking in my head, I'm going to use this inspiration guaranteed. Does that come? Nov. Nice. Awesome. Survival check. Seeing Hargus quietly sitting and strumming, like so introspective almost, for the first time that we've seen, where he's like just totally absorbed while he does this ritual. We're kind of looking at him like, yeah. So we'll go around and try and gather what we can. Start strumming. Oh no, I didn't roll. 18 plus a little bit. We met some pixies, They were right Right gits. They were very abusive. They slapped me about something fierce. Jasper's... No, they slap you. Their tiny hands focus the force of their slaps into just these little pinpricks of pain. It's horrible. Did we find any orchids or white roses as we hiked about for the day? Were we able to pick up on the way? Does Hargus finish his ritual? I'm trying to be quiet. Jasper doesn't question her too much. He just kind of keeps on walking around. He knows there's weird stuff, yeah. You're in love, you. Would Hargus be getting close to being finished? 11 minutes. What color is it? What color is it? Red? A vibrant red? That's a good point, Hargus. Yeah, you had some stuff. I don't know what you have from Galen's. Yeah, I don't recall if you used all the diamonds from. Okay, all right, that makes sense. That would make to get. Good. Is that like army man stew or something? I got some things I could add to it if you want. I can spice it up a little. So it's a doot magic flute root sort of a thing. No, is that not right? I mean, naturally. Can I ask, what your relationship with the ironwood? Sure. And sorry, what relationship with... Sorry, last thing. It's 8 hours. Very long time. I have to say, it's warm enough in here, Hargus, that I don't think we're going to need to decide who's Big Spoon, Little Spoon again, but... I know, it's impressive, I have to say. Jasper looks quizzically over. Nov, you are not in the running for Big or Little Spoon, so I don't think you need to worry yourself. It's very presumptuous to think you would rate either Big or Little Spoon at this early stage of our relationship. Yeah. Well, Jasper's pretty tired, so he'll happily go to sleep. You're going to stay up all night? Take first watch and... That's actually a valid point, yeah. So as you're up... As we're all stretching and getting ready to go, and Jasper's passing out flapjacks again, he'll pass one to Dakren, one to Nav. I don't know if you're a flapjack this morning, but Hargus, of course, your special request, no cricket meal of the flapjack. You sure? All right. That's a 17 on my deception check for you, Hargus. All right. Yeah. I mean, you just got to decide which one you're going for. Natural or dirty 20, not dirty 20 for stealth. So you got to roll for it though. Cricket flapjacks, yeah. I mean, not just yeah. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Coming up in the world. Yep. Today, Jasper's going to really keep an eye out for a white rose. He really wants to start collecting some orchids too, but... Wow, I actually rolled decent. Yeah. 18. Should we fight it? Jasper, why would we fight? How loud? Right, how... Is that going to be loud? Quiet. That's a spell you probably have. The old distraction. Yeah? Oh. Running was a bad idea. Nice. It ate a rat, yep. The insect might be metal too. 9 as it's chopping. Plus 2 doesn't matter much. Plus 2 or yeah, your dexterity. Plus 2 or 3 or something. Plus 4, yeah. Woo. Oh no! If you're running, I'm following. Serpentine, serpentine. Oh no. Ruh-roh. Yeah, if he's dashing, then follow him. Yeah, just run along behind him. He goes bolting off into the forest. I'll try and keep pace with him. Good job, Dakren. Jasper doesn't need to duck. Jasper's head down. He doesn't need to duck. He just... as it's running, like, Jasper can see it kind of coming behind. Unless, Dakren, you're going to do something. Or just double dash. Jasper's like, I've got a distraction. I can do a distraction. On his turn, Jasper will dash, and he'll do his movement. He'll use his action to dash. As a quick bonus action, he'll pull out one of his little toys and just throw it behind him. Just a little tiny one of the Flappy Birds, and so it goes like. Except when it hits the ground, it's much louder than it normally is, like it's been amplified in some way. Minor illusion, but with the toy as his thought about where it's landing and stuff, he just kind of drops it back there, and it's like, but it's much louder than normal, just like making a large quacking sound. Quack, 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 quack. Jasper's confused, but it a quickened action, as it were, to make it a bonus action. Yep, it'll go on for a minute. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, right now it's a wind up, quacky. 14. Woohoo! Get that quacky duck. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Survival check first. It's a 7 for my survival check, and a 7 for my D10. Oddly. A 7 again! That's... What on earth? That is bizarre. That's 2 on the D20 and 1 on the D10. All 7s. Should be fine, right? As it is coming in, whatever's coming in to hit me, maybe you could describe as whatever it is swooping from the top or from the bottom, or where's it coming from? Bruce the Bat leaps out at the last moment to deflect whatever it is, giving me +5 to my AC at the cost of... Yeah, that gets me to 21. Don't taunt him. Don't taunt him. Yeah, Jasper's just running. Yeah. Bruce the Bat's perched, like protectively on his shoulder, checking out behind as we run, and I forget the order, but I think so. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh no. Jasper's nope. Yeah. That way. 7 again? What? I'm knocking it out of the park here, boys. I know. I think I need it for my next survival check. I think I'm going to use it to hopefully get back in touch with you. Snake in the face. Oh no. In the very safe shack. Inspiration. Might be time for inspiration. If you want to use your inspiration, you have to declare it now. Might be a good time. Come on, be higher. Oh my god. Plus your perception. That's why you always roll 2 at the same time. Good time to use it. It's a good time to use it. Yeah, that's awesome. Invisibility. Good call there, Hargus. Oh man, no! Oh no, it's cutting words. You got cutting words, Hargus. Oh, freaking A. I know. It's the only bard I ever played, and I forget that not every bard gets it. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. It's true. I've said it like so many times too. I'm like cutting words every game. Yeah. Yeah. But he can't. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry. I keep trying to mislead you, Hargus. My bad. Take your damage. Take your damage like a good bard. Hey, you still got 1 HP left from that pancake. Oh, jeez. Run. Follow Dakren. Oh, jeez. And you have 2 feet. I didn't. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, Dustin called his shot. Here it is. TPK coming home to roost. Yeah, many more? Oh, gosh. That's not looking good. 15, I think. Oh, single target. Now run. Following Dakren. Yeah. Following Dakren. Come on, Hargus. No, a D20. Yeah, roll a D20. God. Oh my gosh. We're all gonna die. Oh my gosh. You rolled a 1 on a D20, right? It was a D20. You didn't accidentally roll a D10? Are you sure? Oh my gosh. This forest's gonna kill us all. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. And he was never seen again. Right. Okay. Yeah. Quick break. Yeah. I'll fill Dakren in real quick. No, you wouldn't. No, yeah, it's true. You wouldn't. Definitely, Dakren didn't see. But after you ran off, the metal suit of armor came out of the place. I don't know if you saw that. Hit him once, but then Hargus did dispel magic on it and managed to incapacitate it. Yeah, so it flopped down. That was cool. But there's a bunch more inside coming out. Yeah, bunch more inside coming out. So Hargus went running off to follow Dakren, but rolled a natural 1 on his survival check. So who knows where Hargus is running, but it's probably not following Dakren. Yeah, and dispel magic. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for our heroes, which you love. Well, hopefully we'll meet up here soon. Yay! We found the deep. Good. Big catch on, yeah. Alright. Our survival depends on it? Hello! Yep, makes sense. Jasper's in the lead. Is a survival check to try and... Okay. That does feel better, actually. Am I just running back to try and meet up? Yeah. I think just the once so far. I think I've only had the 1 round to fail in, so yeah. But the 1 is probably a good failure. Yeah. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration on this one. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully 1 will be decent. Not too bad. Not terrible, I think. Yeah. 15. Yep. All right. Okay. And start creeping around, listening carefully to see if we can hear anything else coming around the forest. Oh, so stealthily we'll go that way then. Yeah. Let's go. You have it's your proficiency 3. Yeah. So it's proficiency bonus, not skill bonus. So you get to double your proficiency bonus, the relative skill. So you could have a plus 10. Yeah, you could have a plus 10 total in a charisma skill right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Another survival. Oh no. Hargus is wondering how... Hargus is wondering Okay. Again? Jeez. I guess so. We just can't outrun this 7. It's been chasing us the whole forest. Oh, jeez. I respect it, though. I respect it. I'm just at 30 feet out, beyond 30 feet. It's right there. 10 feet away. Duck under it. Where's Hargus? Where's Hargus? Nev, can you use your compass thing to find him? No, it pointed back to you. It started pointing back to you. Okay, let's go. Trying to go back to the tower, Hargus? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Gonna try and kite them into a circle, huh? Let's see how it goes. I don't know who our god of war is. You got somebody else? You got somebody else in mind, Hargus? Oh. Jord, okay. There you go. Probably. Just ask her to throw a little blight spell on your eyes there, Hargus, and you'll see things in a whole new light. All right. So how's this gonna work out? Yeah, 4, I think. Oh, you're going first. We'll sort it out. Yep. Nice. Better than a sword. Not so bad. 22 to hit. Makes sense. Yeah. You hear faintly coming from inside of it, oil can! Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got the compass, so we're... Jasper would be saying, Jasper would be quietly encouraging, too. It's like, she used it to find you when I was totally lost out here, so I think it's working, whatever it is. Even if it takes a second longer, at least we don't get lost wandering around out here. Yeah, Vicious Mockery is a bard cantrip, but there's the one I keep mistakenly saying that you can do is Cutting Words. So that's the one I keep mistakenly bringing up for you. He does sword attack. Natural? Nice. So that's 8 plus... Yeah, I was about to say, you hear a strange, quiet, I've had worse. You lie. So 3 piles of armor. Sorry, Hargus. Yeah, listen very quietly, ear to the ground. Cutting a sapling. I've got a stick, Hargus. Is there anything trapped inside? I can just stand on your shoulders, Hargus. If the two of you give me an alley-oop, I could maybe get up into that higher portion. We'll watch. Hargus and I will watch in awe for a moment as Dakren begins bashing down this door in the middle of the clearing. So we're trying to formulate this plan about how to do a complicated grappling hook situation, and meanwhile Dakren just starts going on this door off to the side, and we go. Yeah. It's very, very, very loud to hit. Interesting. Yeah. The bard's talking. The bard's talking here. Jasper and Dakren didn't count heads. 4 suits of armor. Gee, still day, I think. We haven't been out too long. I mean, that map's actually interesting. I bet that could prove valuable, at least reference in it. I suppose it's possible that there's other interesting, if maybe it's slightly better preserved. Maybe. I was going to say, can we... I've rope. Yeah, well... How'd you do that? Dakren! You didn't tell me you could turn into smoke. That's really cool. I detect magic eyes. Yep. I think he said half a day. Jasper's looking around and he's like, see, now I'm pretty sure we hit that big tree over there and then took a left down that long ravine. Oh. Oh, nuts. I imagine we've been doing a bit of zigzagging, Dakren. Yeah, hopefully help. I mean, that's our plan, is I've taken with the Firebeards. This is just one of the tasks. No, it was the list of tasks. Apparently getting this black onyx tree is going to give whoever we give the tree to incentive to support the Firebeards because we are their representative. So we're garnering favor with whoever this black tree is going to, so that they will support the Firebeards for the ambassadorship, sort of the plan. Well, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, Dakren's got a fair point. Not an employer. All right. Well, I think you both got good points there. Dakren is understandably frustrated with the progress we've made. It's not been great so far. We've probably wasted some and gotten a bit lost now and then. Hargus, right. Well, I was going to say Hargus. You've also got a point. We've invested some time here already, and perhaps it's not the best time to just abandon the progress we've made so far. Admittedly, not as quick as it might have been, but perhaps now that we've made this journey, I don't know, give it another day's travel and see what kind of progress we make. I think we're getting a bit of a feel for how this kind of area works. At least I am getting a bit of a feel for it. Maybe as we... No, I was just going to say maybe as we move forward, things will be better. Well, and again, she did say she was using the compass to avoid danger, which, if it's avoiding things like the giant insect, that'll take us on maybe it's, obviously we can see traveling fast has got us into more danger than traveling cautiously, so running is probably not the way to go. If we're moving more slowly while we avoid danger, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You link the investment of... I don't know. It's right, yeah. No, I agree there. I don't disagree with you, Dakren. But you want to go... Well, I don't know if we'll make it into the center of this area. I don't know if that's where our path lies, but I think let's see what she thinks about... Right. I don't necessarily need to solve all the shenanigans. I'd hate to have just wasted our time here entirely, when maybe if we make another day's worth of travel, we can actually have something to... I think that's... Although we didn't actually fight that horrible insect thing, so this might have been best case scenario. I don't know. Definitely that. Maybe we'll get her... Sure. Let's see how the rest of the day goes and all. Oh no. Oh, a 10. Oh no. Hargus already failed his wisdom saving throw to resist the mist. Wait, before any decision is made about that 10, let me check something real quick before anything is declared. 1 sec. I can't help you. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Wait, come back. I was going to tell him Hargus and I should come off. Wait. Yeah, they should come back. So that, we're losing they're not getting on the stream. I was going to say, oh well. All right, they're whispering to each other, so that's okay. It would have been more fun for the recording for them to be whispering while you and I stepped away for a second. Straight to the center of the forest, where the big bad is. Oh man. Well, yeah, you can do an Arcana check on the animated armor when they get back and just see what you know about it. For creation, duration, longevity of the spell, depending on, you can look at the runes, look at the armor, and then do an Arcana check, and that'll, depending on the roll, you may know something or you may know nothing. Hopefully it'll balance out a little bit here. Yeah, you got the crit. That was good. You took out a few animated armors all on your own. That's pretty slick. The dispel magics. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Like I said, let's see how the rest of the day goes, and if things go terribly, maybe everyone is convinced to give up. But we'll see. Be ashamed to have wasted all the travel time and just turn around with nothing gained from it. I'm gonna hit the head real quick while they're chatting. So I'll be right back. They're still going. Great. It's such a long time. Why don't you come back? Oh boy. Well, Dakren's dead. Dakren's dead. He's for sure mind controlled and is gonna slaughter us all now. I really wish they hadn't jumped off before I could have told them that they should stay on. Yeah. Wait. Dustin. Drop it. Pass out. You alright? Dakren. Dustin, your camera's not on. Dakren. You picked up that necklace and then you screamed out and dropped down. Are you all right? And Jasper will just do like check around, like looking at his eyes. Are you okay? Who are we? Right. So you don't remember either of us. Do you remember who you are? Well, why don't you tell me about? I mean, I think it's more important for you to think about and come to this realization on your own. I mean, what's the last thing you do remember? You remember coming to the tower with us. You don't remember your name. Not, I mean, yes, but now we have another problem. Dakren's lost his mind. It's on the ground. Still holding it? I thought he dropped it. Careful. Right. Yeah. Yep, he's a... Do you remember his name? I don't think there's been any brick road. Arcana? Well, yeah. Even Jasper knows. Hargus, you said when you defeated the magical suits of armor, you said you did a dispel magic on the armor. Can you dispel magic on Dakren, maybe? Does he have a magic spell on him, or dispel magic on the necklace? I don't know which would be better. Can you? Yeah, see, that's the opposite of fine, right there, buddy. You screamed out in pain and then can't remember things. Any different? Well, that fellow is there. Your bony friend over there. Do you remember Bran, Dakren? Oh no, the necklace's effects are starting to strike home now. He's forgotten how to move and speak. He's frozen. You're now. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, maybe. We haven't decided. I don't know if she wants to come up, and I don't know if this sort of changes things. Do you remember Nav? No, she's down at the bottom. She didn't. Well, I mean, maybe we might now, Hargus. The souls. All right. What's my name? What's my name? You. Okay. Do something cool with your hammer there. Yeah. Do something. Yeah. Do the other trick. Do the other trick. He doesn't. He bloody well doesn't, Mr. Ghost from the Sky. He doesn't remember our names. He doesn't remember any cool magic tricks he does with his magic sword. Yeah. He doesn't remember our names. He doesn't remember our names. He doesn't remember how to do... Well, I don't know what that does. Yeah, I mean, something's broken your brain, Dakren. You don't remember how to do your basic magic cool things that you normally do, and it's worrisome. You're I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but I don't know what good you are to us like this. You're not in your own head. You're not in your own right. Well, here's a question for you. Go ahead and do me a favor. Set your maul over in the corner over there. Just set it down in the corner. And now, like, let's say you got into a tussle and you had to grab your maul really quick, but you were on the other side of the room. What would you do? Yeah, you're broken. I'm sorry. Something's broke. The necklace has broken your head, and until you're up to strength, this doesn't make any sense. You're broke. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff to be for. Do you have another dispel magic thing that which would be better for this situation? You could dispel magic on. It is. If that's a sort of thing that would be. I mean, something is influencing his mind. Yeah, something's influencing his mind, Hargus. Try it. Well, I mean, if you've got a charm thing going on, try the anti-charm thing. Yeah, that sounds... Do you feel any better? Do you remember... Which one of us is Bran? Do you remember Bran? Maybe try dispel on the necklace and see if that helps. Well, it's... Oh, you're going to do charm person on him? Yeah. Ooh. I mean, he's pretty friendly. It's not that he's not friendly. It's just I'm worried that what about broke his brain? Maybe if we dispel the necklace, it'll unbreak his brain. It's the only thing I can think of. All right, well, we have to go back to town. He's not any better. So maybe neither do I. I wanted to keep on moving. We can't take. Or you feel Hargus put it in a bag. You don't. He got it fixed. Remember. He doesn't remember anything about himself or why we're here or who we are. Don't tell him. Just let it come to him on his own. See if it. He picked up a necklace off a skeleton from upstairs, and he screamed out in pain, which you probably heard, and then he dropped to the ground, and then he couldn't remember anything, and he doesn't remember how to do what he used to be able to do. Hargus has it in a bag here. Don't touch it. No, I don't touch it. I just said that he touched it, and then it hurt his brain. Don't pour it out on the... Don't touch it, you daft woman. He literally just said, are you the dumbest Who? Hargus grabs it. All right. I think the cat might be out of the bag on that one. What's that? Jasper's incredibly suspicious. Why? Why? With advantage because he doesn't remember his name, how to do any magic. Alright, well, 16. 16 on the die. 16. I have no pluses. Alright, well, if that's the case, then to go back and get his memory... Yeah. I mean, I don't see how we keep moving into the incredibly dangerous forest when Dakren here can't remember how to get his hammer from upstairs now that he's down here on the bottom floor. The fact that you think climbing up the rope to fetch his hammer is the best way for Dakren to get his hammer is part of the reason why I question your decision-making in this situation, Nov. I know, exactly. That's why Jasper questions Nov's ability to have input here. What? All right. Have at it. All right. It's still really worrisome, Dakren. It really bothers me. 13. Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Frickin' mind. Yeah. Frickin'. Oh man. Yeah. That was pretty. This is fine. This is fine. Oh my god.